Hi, it's Elizabeth from Tyne Valley Motorhomes, and today we'll be doing the handover video of the burstner IXEO. Next to your habitation door on your driver's side, we've got your cassette locker. So as long as the blade on the inside of the toilet is closed, you can lift the handle and slide your cassette out. And from here, you just want to unscrew your cap. And then when you're emptying, just pressing this orange button, this just allows some air in and stops it from glugging. And you want to swill it around with some fresh water and then put in some blue or green liquid into the cap. And then screw it back on and it's ready for use again. In the back of the vehicle, we've got your garage. So you've got a couple of hooks to hang anything up. You've got your spare tyre, all the additional extras. And you've also got your toolkit in the back here, along with your awning pole. And you've got a light here as well. At the top of the vehicle at the back, we've got your reversing camera. And then we've also got your tow bar on the bottom as well. Next, we've got your gas locker. So this will hold 2 gas bottles. When you're attaching your pigtail to your gas bottle, just remember it's left to tighten, right to loosen, and this one's a hand tighten one, so you don't need a spanner. And then to turn your gas flow on and off, you just turn the dial on the top. And always remember to keep your gas bottles secured and locked in place with the black straps so they don't rattle around when in transit. In front of the back wheel, under the vehicle on your passenger side, we've got your wastewater drain off point. So when you're draining off your wastewater tank, you want to do this when you are leaving a site, so you're not travelling home with the extra weight of your dirty water. But also when you're winterising your vehicle, you don't want to leave any water in the tank to freeze and cause frost damage. Just behind your passenger door, in this locker, we've got a couple of things. So we've got your freshwater filler point. So you just want to unscrew this cap here, pop your hose pipe through there, and then you can fill up your freshwater tank. You may need a hose pipe and some adapters, as some sites just provide a brass tap. And then if you're leaving a site or when you're winterising your vehicle, you want to empty out your freshwater tank, just turn this dial on the top here. Quarter of a turn will drain everything but 20 litres out. A full turn will drain everything out of your freshwater tank. We've also got your hookup point here. So when you want to hook your cable up, you want to lift the cap on your hookup cable and then align it to the vehicle and then just push it on. Always connect your cable to the vehicle first and then the mains, and then when disconnecting, disconnect from the mains and then the vehicle, so you're never walking around with a live lead. And then also in the corner, we've got your boiler drain down. So this one's an automatic drain down, so when it gets to 2 degrees or colder, it will automatically dump out all the water, but you can do it manually by turning this dial on the top here, and then the water will come out underneath the vehicle. When you want to use your vehicle again, you want to turn the diamond back and then also pushing this blue button, as this is what stops the water from coming out of your boiler. Just on the outside of your passenger door is your diesel filler. So you'll need your ignition key to open up the cap. Just on the outside of your passenger door, we've got your ideal tyre pressures. And then on the front of the passenger door, we've got your bonnet release. Under the bonnet, the main things you want to focus on is your screen washer fluid, got your engine coolant and your brake fluid, your oil and your dipstick. And then we've got your negative and then your positives just down there if you need to give or receive a jump start. We've also got your weight plates on the front as well. So first thing you want to do when you get into your vehicle is turn your main control panel on. That's the switch here. But then to turn your 12 volt off, you can also press this button here and this will turn everything off on the inside of your vehicle. On the left hand side, we've got your vehicle battery levels, and then we've got your leisure battery levels. And then on the right hand side, we've got your fresh water level, got your wastewater level, and then you can turn your water pump on and off here. And then this top light here just indicates that you've got your van hooked up. Once you've got your TV turned on, when you get to a new site, what you want to do is press this AQT button. In the kitchen area, we've got your bed switch. So with this, you've also got a key. So if the key is horizontal, you can lock it and take it out, and then you can press the buttons and nothing's going to happen to the bed. If you pop the key back in and you turn it horizontally, if you then press the down button, your bed will come down. Then once it's at the correct height, you want to grab your ladders and then you want to slot them in to the side of your bed so you can climb up, get into bed, and then you've also got the netting if you've got children sleeping so they don't fall out of bed, which just connect to the top of the roof. Then when you're done, you just want to put your ladders back on top of the bed, and then you want to press the up arrow. And then it's back in its original place. When using your front dining area, you can also pull this black lever under the table, and then you can spin the table round and extend so more people can sit around and use the table. Here we've got our 3 gas burner hobs working. Just remember that once you've used them and turn them off, just let the metal fully cool before you put the glass lid down, otherwise it will shatter. Here we've got your oven working on gas. Here we've got your grill working on gas. You might be able to see the steam, but we've got your hot water running and working, and it is really hot and up to temperature. When using your fridge, to turn it on, you just want to hold the on button down until the lights come on, and then from here you can either pick to have it on automatic, which means it will pick the best energy source possible, or you can manually pick hookup, gas, or vehicle battery. Best one to keep it on though is automatic, and then you don't have to worry about manually selecting a different source to keep your fridge turned on. And then on the right hand side you've also got your temperature, so you can have 1 being the warmest or 5 being the coldest. And then next here is a little triangle with a little exclamation mark. If you unhook your cable and you've got it selected on hookup, it will come on, or if you've got it on vehicle battery and your vehicle's not turned on, it will just beep and flash, just saying that your fridge isn't turned on and to change it. In the cupboard above your fridge, we've got your microwave, and then we've also got your TV aerial and your booster. So when you get to a site, you want to push your aerial all the way up and then angle it to find the best signal, and then lock it into place. But before you leave, make sure you unlock and then pull it all the way back in, and make sure you lock it nice and tight so it doesn't move around when you're travelling. And then if you've got poor signal, you can just turn this dial at the back and boost your signal so you get a better TV signal for your van. When you want to use your heating or hot water, you want to come to your Truma control panel. And when you click the button, you'll come to your home screen. So these are all your different options, and then above the line, the icons will come up when you've got things selected. So the first one is the van with the thermometer. That's your internal heating. So when you click on that, you can scroll all the way up to 30 degrees. Just whatever temperature you pick on here has got to be warmer than the external temperature, otherwise it won't kick in. And from here you can see icons have appeared up here. So this means your heating's on. Doesn't mean it's on gas, it just means your heating is turned on. When you scroll across is your hot water, so you can have this on Eco, Hot or Boost. Boost will take the energy away from your heating for half an hour and concentrate on your hot water. But you can just turn it onto hot and keep it on hot, so you've always got water ready for your either shower or your kitchen. And then next is your energy supply, so you can either have 2 kilowatts of electric, and it will show up as 2 lightning bolts here, 1 kilowatt of electric, 1 lightning bolt, a mix of 2 lightning bolts and gas for your 2 kilowatts of electric and gas, 1 or just gas. And then finally we've got your fan speed. So this you can have Eco or High. High is probably the best when you're wanting to warm your van up, and then turn it down to Eco just so you don't constantly have the fan noise whirring in the background. Then you can also set timers here, change your time, and then you do also have some settings options along the bottom here. So you can go through and change your time, temperature, date and language. In the cupboard under your bed, we've also got this shelf that slides forwards and backwards, so you can have easy access to the things on the shelf, but then you can push it back and then get into whatever you've got stored underneath. On the last step up into the bed, you can lift the floorboard up, and then you've got a little bit of storage in here, but then if you lift up the floorboard again, you've also got an extra bit of storage underneath that also leads into your garage space as well. Then in the bedroom, you can either keep the bed as 2 single beds or have an extra board across here and then an infill cushion in the middle to make it a larger double bed. Above the bed space, you've got some large cupboards to store your belongings. And then underneath, we've also got your individual lights. So we've got one on the far side. And then we've got one in the middle next to your 3-pin socket. To turn your aircon on, you want to grab the remote and then click the on button. And that light will go from red to green. And then on here you can increase and decrease the temperature to whatever you want. And then you've also got the fan speed here, so you can increase and decrease your fan speed. And then you've got 2 blowers, one here and then one on the front down here as well, that you can open up and get some good airflow through. You've got a timer that you can set as well, and then you can put it into night mode just so the fan speed's a little bit quieter for when you're sleeping. And then to turn it off, you just press the off button. In the bathroom, we've got your shower, which is tucked away behind your movable sink and mirror unit next to your large cupboard and above your toilet, which will swivel around to give you more or less leg room. And then when you want to flush, just press the blue button around the back. You get a flow of water into the bowl, and then to open the blade, you just push the grey lever forwards and backwards. After you've done, always make sure you shut the blade and the lid to stop any smells coming up through your bathroom.